afternoon, East Texas. Welcome back in. Sorry to interrupt your commercial break. We're joined right now with our very own Lauren Tier. Lauren, you were called out to the scene of a gunshot wound just an hour ago. Can you tell me what's happened since?
Well, I am a little bit outside the city limits of Lindale on County Road 4109. And at this location, there was a deputy involved shooting. We have that confirmed. I just spoke with Sheriff Larry Smith of Smith County, and Smith County Sheriff's has responded to the scene. I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera and tell you a little bit about what is going on. I know we can't see that great because they're making us stand back here. If I zoom in a little bit, maybe you can tell better. There's very heavy law enforcement presence here. And that, of course, is because, again, this is a deputy involved shooting. So based on what Sheriff Smith was able to tell us, a gentleman by the name of Jonathan Layton was recently fired from a business in Lindale. He threatened his former employer, something along the lines of, "I know how I can fix this situation." And it was implied that there was going to be violence. Thus, the employer called law enforcement, called 911. A deputy responded to that business in downtown Lindale. We do not know what business. That information was not disclosed. But as the deputy arrived to the business, the man, Jonathan, was leaving. They followed him to his residence here on County Road 4109. And that is where two deputies entered the house, where they found Jonathan in a hallway holding a pistol. That is when one of the deputies fired. And Jonathan obviously went down. They called an ambulance. He was transported to the Christus Hospital here in Lindale. And upon arrival to the hospital, he was pronounced dead.
Now, do we know anything about the interaction right before Jonathan Layton was shot? I mean, we said that he was holding a pistol in a hallway. Do we know if words were exchanged?
I don't believe there was any sort of words exchanged. I think it was based on what Sheriff Smith was kind of implying and talking about, was they saw him with the gun, saw that as a threat to their own safety, and thus followed their protocol, their training, and went ahead and disarmed him by firing shots.
Alrighty, now have we been able to speak to any family members? I know there's a very heavy police presence there. I don't know if family members are even able to get there.
So, based on what Sheriff Smith has told us, there are some family members here at the scene. This is as close as they will let us get as the media. So we have not been able to get in touch with any family members. As far as I know, and what Sheriff Smith told us, Jonathan lived with a mother and potentially a brother, and we believe that maybe those two were in the house at the time of the shooting. So even if they weren't, they are at the scene now. We know that there is family here, but have not had a chance to speak with them just yet.
Alrighty, Lauren, anything else that you want to let our viewers know before we let you get back to reporting on this breaking news story?
Sure. Well, the Texas Rangers are going to be investigating, as they do with all deputy-involved shootings. I know that the two officers who were involved will be given leave for a few days to get counseling, and also to participate in the investigation. But as far as I know, beyond that, they're going to have the crime scene open probably for a few more hours, and to just really try to figure out what was going on before deputies arrived. But of course, the victim is dead, so there's not too
Alrighty.
much they can do in terms of figuring out the motive and such.
Alrighty, well, once again, our very own Lauren Tier. Lauren, thank you so much for bringing us this story. Stay safe.
Thanks, Michaela.
All right.